Okay, here we go. Part 3. The fish fans cut. Here at Esther, the next sign of Esther. We're looking at 10/1/2026. Esther at the neck of the beast seated. Before Esther pierces the head of this dragon, just watch. Okay, let's move forward. I want you to watch the path of Esther before she strikes the head. Look at the constellation lines and look at the constellation lines associated with the actual imagery, and look at Esther as she puts a noose around the neck of this beast before she strikes the head. Okay, here we go. Boom! Now we see the second strike. Okay, so I wanted to make sure I got that before we move on to the next signs. Have a lot of different pieces that I have found, and I think they're all really, really important. So I don't want to miss anything. I have a whole list on like 3 or 4 different pieces of paper, and I have to go through all of this because it's so much. All right, so we have the signs of Esther. I want everybody to remember back this water stream, okay? Because this is all happening in 2026, family. This is all happening right after our wedding signs that if you've been following the channel since January, then you remember back to our wedding signs. If you are new to the channel, boy, oh boy, you got to go back to January and late December and look at my videos for the wedding in heaven, because that was part of our wedding being disclosed to us in the heaven. And now we're looking right after in February of 2026, we have Palace at the Water Stream. In April of 2026, we have Esther and Vesta. Also in April, we have Herculina. In May, we have Comet McNaught at the water stream. And in August, we have another upcoming comet. And we're going to be breaking that down in this part. The signs are undeniable, incredible heavenly language. And it takes a lot to be able to go and put all of these things together. I really need to build some type of formula to put all this in. I need something like that I can put all this in, because I literally have a mile piled up of notes and stickies and paper, and In some cases, I just grab receipts, you name it, whatever I can grab, I grab because sometimes these things come into my head based on what I'm seeing, and I don't want to dig through all of my stuff to add the note. So I just add it on a piece of paper and I hopefully get it in the right place at the right time. So uh, this is a work of love, and I see this as this is personal to me because this is the Father showing me everything that I need to see in the heaven, and I hope that others have this same perspective because this is glorious to see all of these things transpire immediately after this heavenly wedding. Now we're seeing all of these things that are still connected to our wedding because this is Esther. We're looking at Vesta. Remember Palace. Remember what palace means, family. I've got to get my other note. This is the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Is palace. Hadassah. And here we have Esther. And so I wanted to make sure everybody saw that pattern. We've shown the pattern of Herculina. We've shown the pattern of Palace. I have to get all of these out. I don't want to miss anything here. Um, and then I have, okay, before I go further with this Vesta Esther connection, because remember, you can see them moving through the heavens together. They've been together the whole time, family, working in unison as a sign to the bride and the virgins. So I just want everybody to recognize that we are still getting our wedding guests are talking to us. So I'll just put it that way. Okay. So forgive me as I go on this hunt. I don't have all of these uh lined up. Here we go. Okay. This is just after the eclipse of April 2014. And what I found is just incredible right here, family. This is 2P Anki with Neptune and Venus water stream. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to go to 2017. And we're okay. I want everybody to see this. This is okay, family. This is 2017 with Jupiter in the womb. And guess where 2P Anki is? In the temple. And the moon is about to enter into the temple. Okay, now we're going 2026. Want everybody to recognize this here. Forgive me as I take the time. I'm just trying to get in so that people who are looking at the exactitudes with times and everything, they have time stamps and they can see that we are doing our due diligence. Okay, so here we go. We're closest time 407 7/24 2026. 2P Anki at the Northern Fish Band. Now, I just found this family. I did not have this. I had found a couple signs with this 2P Anki. And then, as I normally do when I have the time, I run forward and backwards in time to see if there's matching alignments or if there is what I would call a celestial storyline being built by the path of the comet or the asteroid. And this is how I developed all of my storylines and my understanding of the Mazzaroth, because these comets and asteroids, they're doing very specific things. For those of you who don't think that the comets or the asteroids are involved in the handiworks of the Creator, okay. I believe that every grain of sand moving through the heavens is part of a story. There isn't one dust cloud that's not part of a story. So, sit down. It's time to learn. 7/24, 2026. Comet 2P Anki. Now, if you don't know about this comet, then after the video, you need to take a second. This is the comet of destruction. This has caused so many ancient disasters, and we can track it all, family. So go do your homework. 2P Anki is a harbinger of disaster, coming judgment, cycles of catastrophe. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to move forward. I want everybody to see this. Hold on a second. Sorry. Okay. So here we are on 8-4. For those of you coders out there who are looking at a sign for the birth, here we go. 8-4-2026. 2 p.a.t. aligns with the moon right at the northern fish. Now I have to dig up this. I have a lot of stuff spread over, so forgive me for 1 second, family. I'm gonna actually pause it and dig this up. I'll be right back. Okay, I don't want to miss any of these things, so here we go. We're moving. Oh, let's go ahead and move back. I want to point out, because when this happens, for those of you who are learning how to look at the Mazzaroth and do your determinations, when a comet or an asteroid or a planet, a wandering star, if they go retrograde, it's important to look at where they're doing their retrograde motion because it's pointing something out. So, what we're getting here with 2p Anki is retrograde in the northern fish. So, watch again. Please, family, I want everybody to see what we got going on here. And it might connect some dots to some rituals for, here you go. 2 key Anki will align for the second time with the Northern Fish Band on September the 10th, 2026. I didn't put this here. I didn't make it go retrograde. I didn't tell it when to do the alignment. The heavens are declaring. We literally have Neptune, Saturn, Enki, all of our Sumerian gods, what we would call the 70 overlords. Remember, these were the high ones placed over this realm before they fell. Enki and Enlil and Anu. And if you're unfamiliar with the Sumerian or you think it's mythology, because that's what you've heard from your pastor or your so called historian, you're just listening to the beast. They're going to burn books that they don't want you to read because that will keep you from knowledge, which is gnosis. That's all it means. Gnosis is knowledge. Gnostic is a seeker of knowledge. So if you don't seek knowledge, then you're going against words of Christ. Tupi Enki at the Northern Fish Band for the second time, Fim. This is a sign. Okay, again, I want you to notice in 2026, notice the location of Saturnus. Please notice at the end of the fish band. Look at this band. It's tied to the fish, goes around his tail, comes down over here, connected to the hands. The hands are in the river. This band is holding on to these fish, and it's represented to us in the chained woman. Remember, the fish are representations of the woman or the bride. And if you're unfamiliar with the story of Jacob, then you're unfamiliar with the two wives. Okay, this is all biblical. It's being shown to us in the heavens. The Bible is coming alive before your very eyes. We are seeing the controller Saturnus with his brother Anki trying to control these fish bands. They are the great beast of the underworld. Now we're getting Vesta and Esther and Pallas and Herculina and multiple comets that are showing that their hands are tied. They're just part of the story. And the master of the story has placed his rocks in the heavens to declare the binding of the sea serpent. So this sea serpent can be seen as Neptune. And Neptune is the god of the underworld. This is the judgment on the house of the Anunnaki. Okay, so again, remember Saturnus at the end of the fish band. And hopefully I didn't lose it. Here we go. Here we go. We're going to center in. This is 2033 family. Guess who's right there? 2033, 10/8, blood moon eclipse. in Pisces at the end of the fish band. Family, this is the Feast of Tabernacles on the Hebrew calendar. Remember, they follow the moon calendar. And these are signs of judgment for the house of Judah and the land of so-called Israel. Remember, Israel were the northern tribes. They were scattered into all of the world. Many of the nations that we have today are the Israelites. If you've been watching the codes, then you may realize, but it's not just me saying it, you may realize that the United States is one of the tribes of Israel. And that this so-called land of Israel is actually Judah. And we are looking at judgment signs for Judah and the land of Israel. And that may be tied to United States also because of what we have done with this house of Judah. I'll just put it that way. Okay, now I have to I've got to take one more quick break because I got two more things and I got to dig them up. Okay, we're back in Cetus. We're looking at 161P Hartley IRAS. Earlier, we watched it strike the belly of the beast. Now we are watching it make its next alignment. And remember, again, these lines coming out are connected to the hands family. So we'll just put it that way. This is the body of this whale or sea dragon or sea serpent, however you want to look at it. But now we're looking at the next alignment after let's see, it was 993. It aligns with Eridanus. Remember, this is the river of judgment, of fire. 916, it strikes the belly. Now we're looking at 921. And if everyone remembers, back to Herculina. Now we're looking at 161 Hartley Iris grabbing the tail of this beast. 925 2026. The signs just keep stacking and it keeps getting deeper. Look at the location of the moon coming in at this time above the comet in the constellation as it crosses the tail. And I haven't looked at it past here, so give me 1 second. I just want to see where it's going. Okay. This is what I thought. Okay. Family, you just can't Can't make this kind of stuff up. You just can't. It's just incredible. This is the comet now making the alignment with the water bearer. This is actually aligning family with the water urn. And I just got this, fam. 10/4, 2026. Okay, I'm gonna push pause for a second, make sure I got it. Hold on. Okay, last piece of the puzzle. I almost missed this. Um, Here we go. Oh, I don't want to lose that. We're gonna do it like this. Ooh, it's okay. Pan starts. Okay, this is very, very, very important, family. I want everybody to see this. This is Saturn entering into Cetus. Now let's watch. Um, want everybody to notice. Want everybody to notice this right here. This is Saturn entering into Pisces. And who is following Saturn? All right. I don't think I even need to tell anybody the story. All right. Now, just watch Saturn. Okay. Watch Saturn. Uh-oh. Saturn retrograde. Now, here we are. We're focused in on the constellation Cetus lines. 9/6/2026. Saturn re-enters Cetus. This is 10 days before the comet strikes the belly of the beast. On the exact same day. Let's go here. Focus in on here. Go to 9/6. Exact same day, family. You have Comet McNaught entering the Golden Gate of the ecliptic. Remember, this comet gave the beast the head wound. We can call it that, the head wound. 220p McNaught enters the Golden Gate of the ecliptic on the same day Saturnus enters into Cetus. I don't think that is coincidence. Again, I just want to do this, just connecting the dots. Okay, here's the codes. Here's the codes. We're looking at a continuing story. We're looking at multiple comets and multiple asteroids that are showing us that this Neptune is being judged in the heavens. And if you've been watching, I've been posting on my upcoming video series called The Judgment of Saturnus and the Archons 2032. 2026 is the judgment of Neptune, and 2032 is the judgment of Saturnus in the heavens. And I'm showing this to you right here before your eyes. These heavenly signs are harbingers of what's to come. Thanks for coming, Finn. Much love.